Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about math back fluency, and we're going to practice a little bit of math back fluency today as well. So, Among Us is a very popular game right now. Maybe some of you play it, but I thought of this analogy thinking of all among us. We're all at different levels with our math backs. So, why is it important? It's important for your future math success. If you know your math backs, the more that you'll be able to perform some more difficult tasks in the future. You'll also be able to do some life skill activities as well, just as far as when you get older and you're on your own, being able to know your math facts, you'll be able to do things a little faster. So if you like to do things faster, I would get to know your math facts. How well do you know your math facts? I know a lot of times in the end of fifth grade, the fifth grade teachers take time to do an incentive for you to know your math facts. But as we know, we didn't get that opportunity at the end of last year. So maybe you don't know your math facts as well as maybe you could. One thing to keep in mind is that everyone is not the same when it comes to math facts. This isn't a secret. It's just that some students learn by memorization. Not everybody learns that way though, but some are successful with memorization. Some do better when they just practice. I remember when I used to practice my facts is I would write them over and over and over and over. That was how I learned them. I know my brother, he did better by just looking at them and looking at flashcards. And then my other brother, he did better with finding patterns. He would say, well, he knew that this was this, and he could add six more or something like that. So he found patterns. Some students use their tools. I know that a lot of times Mrs. Moore and I will remind you to get out your multiplication charts and use your tools. Some students do better with checking their work with a calculator afterwards. Some students use their fingers or figure out a method that works for them with using tools. And some students like to be timed, and some students don't like to be timed. So there's all different strategies of learning your math facts. We all are on a different journey here, so I thought this was a good background analogy. We're all going different ways. Some people came from different areas, but different backgrounds. Some of you have parents that are good at math, not good at math. We have different growth mindset. But no matter what path we're taking, you can still learn your math facts. So you could always do that through games, apps, programs, and flashcards. And today I'm going to show you some of those games that we're going to do. Down here, so we don't want to be an imposter when we're learning our math. We don't want to be that one that fakes through math and fakes through our math facts. You want to learn your math facts, and it's up to you. And down here I wrote, I made the choice. I had a conversation with a student one time. He came into a help session, which remember that's always available for you. And he said, Mr. I need help with something. And I noticed right away that he knew his math facts really well. And I said, wow, you really know your math facts. And he said, well, last year, my teacher said that for me to be successful at math, I need to know my facts. So I made the choice. My teacher said that for in order to be successful in math, you have to know your math facts. So I made the choice to learn my math facts. And I thought that was just a great insight that it is a choice. You have to make the choice. If you want math to come a little easier for you, then you should take the time to learn your math facts. And that's not going to occur during our lessons every day. That is going to have to occur outside of our lessons. So if you don't know your math facts, you need to say, okay, tonight I'm going to read for 20 minutes and I'm going to do math facts for 10 minutes. So you need to build up that stamina. When I was in a fifth grade teacher, we worked on that. Not only did we work on reading for 5 minutes, the next day reading for 10 or 12, 15, however, we did the same with math facts. We would work on our math facts for 3 minutes, then 5 minutes. And I know that seems timed, but it didn't matter how much I got done in that time. I just always made my students work on math for a a certain amount of time. So maybe that's a strategy for you or an idea for you. So we want you to be our crewmates, and we want you to get started today with learning your math facts. I put let's start on there because, if those of you that play, it's always what they're telling us to do, right? Let's start. Okay, so speaking of, let's start. Moby Max is a choice that we're going to give you today. And to sign in for Moby Max, you want to make sure it's clicked on as a student. There's other choices here, but make sure you're on as a student. If this screen does not come up first, let's say it has say it looks like this, you'll just need to type in Sycamore and then find Illinois. For some reason, I put Sycamore, Illinois in there. And make sure you chose middle school. There is high school too, so make sure you choose Sycamore Middle School. And then you're going to type in your school ID number, just the number. And you're going to want to do that for your password too. Now, if you still can't get signed in and you did all those steps that I just talked about, just ask one of us, one of the teachers, and we can help you. All right, so there's usually a cartoon or something when you first get in. You're going to want to click on the books and click Fact Fluency. Now you can do this any day you want. And actually your teachers can see all the times that you have got in and how well you did. So feel free to get into this anytime. It doesn't just have to be on the days that we say do Moby Max Fact Fluency. You'll see that right now my son is on addition and he's at 57%. So once you pass addition, I think you go to subtraction, then multiplication, then division. So just like those of you that have done extra math before. And there are settings up here. The sound settings are here. So if you get annoyed by the sound, you can disable it. Or if you like it to read things automatically or only when you click on stuff. So whatever settings you want are all found up here. I believe there's other options that you can play around with too. Feel free. I'm going to go ahead and show you how it gets started. So you click the arrow. And then you just answer. I like to use the keypad on my computer over on the right. But if I'm just going to show you what happens if you let time run out. But if you want to use the ones across the top, that's fine too. So again, this one's time, but it does take a while. It says you're out of time, and then it gives you an explanation. So it's showing you their strategy. Some of you have seen these number bonds before. Some of you have seen the cubes before. That's fine. Whatever strategy you want, but it kind of gives you a visual. And if you have the sound on, they walk you through it and talk you through it. Oops. And you can erase. If you do get it wrong, let's just see what would have happened. It does go right into that explanation. I think once in a while, it does allow me to try again. So when you're ready to go, I click that circle at the top, and then I left. All right, go formative. Some of you have had success getting into Go Formative, some of you have not. So if this screen pops up, make sure you go to log in. There is join with a code, but I'd like you to try to log in first. If you do need your code, though, you would ask one of the teachers. Well, let's go ahead and log in. And if this screen comes up first, if you're already logged in, great. But if you're not, you're going to choose the first top one. Log in with Google. Not the login down here. Log in with Google. So the top one, click on it. And then you're going to choose your name in your household. Now, because I'm showing you through a student, I'm going to show you Chaz's. All right, and then there's all these that I've assigned to my son, but you're going to want to choose Math Fact Practice, and you're going to open it. And then it should look like this. So it should have your icon up here, and then it shows different questions. So on these 6 times 48, you'll have to do that on scratch paper. There's nowhere to show your work on these first two. I'll show you on the third one. So just 6 times 48. Now these are larger problems. So if you choose to do this one, they are larger math fact problems. problem. So I did this for more of a challenge. You don't have to do all of these. I'll kind of explain that here at the end, but you could do a few of these. We will see your results if you're on this page though. And please no calculator because we're practicing our math fact practice. But you would type the answer in here. I'm just going to guess. No, that's not the answer, but I'm putting that down for now. And then the next one you would do. Now for show your work, you click on show your work. You have these options over here on the left. I'm going to choose the scribble and the problem is over here and then I could just write it. Now whatever you write on here, we will be able to see. So make sure that you are doing your math, do it appropriate. Then we can see your steps. So then if you miss a step, we can help you. And then when you get out of this, when you get done with your answer, so you're going to have answers here. You're going to add these together, and you'll have an answer here. All right, so you're going to click the check mark, and then we can still see it. You can still see it. Then there'll be 2 subtraction with 1 subtraction shown work, 2 addition, 1 addition show work, and 2 division, 1 addition, or 1 division, show work. Now, if you just want to do show your work once, that's fine. I'll explain that here again in a second. And then the third one, I think some of you are going to like. You're going to ignore all this add around. It says what kind do you want? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I'll just choose multiplication. And how fast? I will tell you the fastest I was not able to do. It was too fast. Faster, I'll go ahead and do that one. Fast isn't too bad. Medium is kind of slower for my pace. But fastest I could not do. And then you're going to hit start. Now, there is a way to mute this down here, by the way. So if you don't like the sound, you can mute it down here. All right. So that one I missed, so they made it black. So I'm not going to be able to get a bingo that way. But, I guess I didn't mute, but whatever. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. Ooh, I'm on a good streak here for a bingo. So you just keep going until you get a bingo. So we'll see if I can get a bingo here quickly. I'm getting close. Yay. And then I got a bingo. So that's awesome. And then it takes you right back to the screen. Maybe you want to try subtraction now. Maybe you want to go faster. Again, fastest is pretty fast. So watch that. If you can't get the mute to work, because mine was not working, I could still hear it. You might be able to go down to a setting here and click on it. Or I have a setting on my actual my Chromebook as well that allows me to turn the sound off. So that's up to you. Okay, when you get done practicing MobyMax, Go Formative, and Math Bingo, you're going to go to this Google form. This is Fact Fluency. So Math Fact Fluency, you can put your name, your last name, the hour, and then MobyMax. Did you spend maybe 6 to 10 minutes? You just click on it. Bingo. And you do have to do one for each row. Bingo, maybe you like that one. You spent over 30 minutes on it. You do have to have a 30-minute total. So whatever you choose here has to be 30 minutes total. And then Go Formative. Maybe you're still having problems getting into it. I was not able to log in. And then that will alert your teacher that you could not get in. And then either to MobyMax or to Go Formative. So if you're having problems with both of those, make sure you spend at least the 30 minutes on Bingo. I was not interested. So that's different than not being able to log in. So maybe you're like, I wasn't interested in the Go Formative one, but I wanted to spend 15 minutes on each of these others. So I did that. So that's different than not being able to log in. So make sure you either choose I was not interested or I was not able to log in. And then there's one more set of questions down here on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being low, 5 being high. Where would you rate yourself with your math facts? So maybe you feel pretty good about addition, not so much about subtraction. Okay, with multiplication and division, maybe that's your toughest. So you just fill that out. And it could all be, it all could be in the same row. It doesn't have to be 1 of 1, 1 of 2. So you choose. And then you submit it. And then that way we know that you at least got your 30 minutes in and that you rated your ability. Now, again, math facts are important. Again, this shouldn't be something that we have to assign you all the time, But we might assign you some of those platforms from time to time to make sure that you're practicing. But this is something you could do every day. You could play the bingo game as much as you want every day. You could sign into Moby Max as much as you want. Moby Max will be able to track it. We'll be able to see it. Math Bingo, we won't. And then Go Formative, we would have to assign you with that. And again, it could be flashcards that you do at home. You don't have to be timed. If you don't want it to be timed, let me know. I might be able to turn it off of Moby Max. On the bingo one, you can choose how fast you want things to go. So you make those decisions for yourself. All right, have fun with your math fluency. Have a great day.